So for the past few weeks, I have been getting bombarded with comments and emails asking me about the pond. Everybody wants a pond update. If you followed me for a long time, you know that it's been, I guess, a year, maybe a year since we dug a big pond out in the back of my property. We've done it with no backhoe, I mean, just a backhoe, no dozer, no packer, no anything. So I'm gonna show you guys today an update on how it's doing and what we're having to do to fix some issues we're having with it. But as you can see, let me show you. My shop is an absolute mess right now. I've got I'll turn you guys around real quick. I've got the doors open, so you're gonna hear traffic because we're fixing to go outside. But I've got the stuff ordered for the next video for the Kayak. Some really cool stuff coming in. We're gonna add Bluetooth foot control to the trolling motor here soon, so y'all stay tuned for that. But this video is just gonna be kind of a pond update video. A lot of you guys have been wanting a pond update, so we're gonna hop on the camping cart. I don't know, have y'all seen that in the last, I don't know, 6 months since we started building it? And I'll show you what it's kind of turned into since we filmed the videos of it. We called it the camping cart because I plan on taking it camping a lot, but I've since then added a 13-gallon sprayer, and I've got it on a switch up to my little control board there. And I've been using it to spray briar bushes and stuff on the back side of the property because we're getting ready to add some goats and stuff to the property. So anyway, let's hop on the old camping cart here. We're gonna take a ride on the property and I'll show you the pond. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand, so hopefully I don't wreck. If I do, it'll be on camera at least. All right. I got some new toys to play with out here this year. So I'm steadily trying to turn my property. I've only got like just under 6 acres out here, but I'm wanting to add some goats to the pasture. We had a pasture the whole time, it's just not fenced in. So I've got I got a new auger or, post hole digger for the tractor that I'm gonna work on, drilling some holes and getting some posts set and stuff so we can fence in our property. I'll show you really quick what I'm talking about. Let's see, can you see? So this field right here, hold on, I'm bouncing all over the place. Hope it's not too bad on the camera. It goes way down there, all the way up to here. And it's pretty big actually. I mean, it's gonna hold plenty of animals. We plan on getting some goats and a couple of donkeys and stuff like that. But we gotta put some gates and all the stuff you gotta have to have farm animals. We just haven't done it yet. This is our 6th year on this house, or in this house or on this property. And we've always wanted to do the farm thing. We just, got a lot of different stuff going on, living life, raising kids. But the kids, my last kid, my little girl, is now 18. She's getting ready to move out. So we've got more time to work on the land and stuff and get it ready for maybe future grandkids in the way future. But I do like using this camping cart, even though it's kind of loud bouncing around these rocks. It's super quiet if you just come out here and go slow. My dogs love to ride it with me. So again, if you're new, my house is up there on the hill. And then I got some woods back here, but we cleared a little bit of land down here, and it's just kind of been just a little hangout. I put in a little burn pit. We got a place to hang hammocks and stuff by the pond. And then we built the dam all the way across here, and we started digging. But as you can see, it's been almost a year, and we keep probably that amount of water in it, which on camera, it probably looks just like a little mud hole, but it's actually right now in this back area. If you guys remember, and if I got some footage of how deep it actually is from the dig, I'll overlay it here, but that back corner back there, where the water is right now, it's probably over 6 feet of water. I was worried that if it just held a little bit of water like this for too long that we'd have mosquitoes, but there are so many frogs. I mean, so many frogs that it's like a frog habitat down here. So we don't have really any issues with mosquitoes or anything. The boulders are still here. I don't know if I had that in the video when he dug them, but we drug out these with the backhoe and set them up because the boat ramp is gonna be here. But as you can see, since we didn't pack it, it's not holding as well. It's gonna take some time, but my plan is I don't want to redig it. I don't want to pack it or get in there and mess with it. I want to put a well in, because I do believe that over time, this is just gonna hold more and more water, because I've got a natural ditch that we put in, and it's hard to tell on camera, but this ditch runs all the way around here and out past the pasture to the front of the house up on the highway. So all of the rain that we get in front of the house, out in the front field, all of that comes right down through here. And it used to just go off into the woods. Well, we built this big berm that leads up to the dam, and all of the water, when it rains, it's like a waterfall. It rushes through here, straight down into the pond right here. And it just fills the pond up. Sometimes, you know, after a good rain, we'll come down here and the pond will be completely full. But then, you know, about 3 or 4 weeks goes by, if we go without rain, it gets back down to like this right here, because the bottom is pretty good and packed. So the bottom holds good water, but the berms on the side, you know, we had no way to pack them and get them tight. He was just driving over it with a backhoe and getting it packed down as tight as he could with the equipment we had, but it seeps out of the sides. But there's enough of clay in our material here that I think if I put in a well and we keep it topped off, it will seal itself, and plus we can add bentonite. I have added a few bags of bentonite to see how it would do. It seems to work, but you got to hold water in here long enough for it to work. But the plan now is we're focusing on the goat pen out front. Excuse this mess, this is just the barn. This is where I keep all my tractor implements and everything else. This is a shed that was actually, we found behind the house. All of this was woods when we purchased the house. Like, it was as thick as that over there. I don't know if you can see how thick that is, but just thick woods. And I slowly cleared all of this, and then we actually found this pole barn out here on the property. I've just been using it for storing stuff that I don't want in the basement. But anyway, the plan is we're gonna work on the goat pen, and once we get it done, we want to add the well down here to be able to feed livestock and, you know, chickens and stuff like that. So we can use the well to maintain this pond and keep it topped off. So it'll be a constant flow. It doesn't seep out that fast. So once this thing is full, like I said, it takes weeks for it to drop to this level. So once it's filled up, I think, you know, the pump wouldn't run that much. I don't think it would take that much to keep this topped off. And eventually, like I said, it's gonna seal up. There's so much clay in the ground here that it just needs that pressure, I believe, from the water to seal it up. The worst part is gonna be the way we dug it. We should have dug more of an angle, and you could see the cliff over here where it's not tapered at all. We should have dug it more like this, more of a bowl, so that the water pressure can pack that clay tight once we start filling this thing up. So we're gonna run a fence around the whole perimeter, why can't I say that word, perimeter, around our property. And then we're gonna focus on livestock and then the well, because the well is gonna be, for some reason, crazy expensive right now. I'm talking, I think I got a quote, and I can't really even get anybody to come here and give me a physical quote. I just keep getting told over the phone, you know, it's gonna cost me $10,000 to $15,000 to have a well dug out here, which is crazy. And all up on my road out here in the country I live in, there's people with ponds on top of hills. Like right down the road, this person lives on a hill. You literally have to drive up a hill to get to them, and they have a spring-fed pond just sitting there on top of the hill in their pasture. So I know we're close to water. I attempted back here in the back, and I'll show you, we're on the dam now, if you can't tell. Spin you back around. Let's see, make sure I'm filming right. So that's what it looks like from this end. And you can see how there's a long ways to go to get it full. But this is a good shot I can show you. So where we were just standing was right over here. This is where the ditch comes in with the water. I am gonna put, this is our dam that goes all the way around here. I am gonna put some wood down. It's about 20 feet jump, I think, across here. And we're gonna do a little bridge right across that so that you can actually take the golf cart all the way around the dam once we get it to where we're maintaining it and stuff. But if you wanna see how big this back dam actually is, I've actually driven my truck around it. It's hard to navigate around these trees. We left 3 trees out here. We left a big cedar tree right there, this big hardwood, and then this little double tree right here. We were kind of unsure of how they were gonna do because we did bury a few feet of the bottom, and I've been told by several people that it's not a good idea, that it'll kill the tree, but they seem to be doing good so far, so we're gonna see how they do. But down here, and then there's my property line. It's actually out on the, about 10 feet into that wood line is my property, and it runs all the way across here. But this is where I have my deer feeder usually set up during the fall, do some hunting and stuff back here, nothing major, but I've got this good slope that I'm gonna continue to work with a tractor so that it grows some good grass where the deer can just walk up here to the pond. I've just got a lot of maintenance to do to this thing. I sprayed it. You can see all my briars are dead. I've been driving that golf cart around through here spraying it. But the grass is coming in pretty decent on the top part of this dam. It's just gonna take it a while for this to get packed in naturally because we didn't have a packer or a dozer to do anything like that out here. Just walk through a spider web. Oh, I hate that. Look at this grass coming in out here. This is on top of the dam. We've had so many bear tracks coming up and over right here. They come straight through over here, up, and then back down, and they'll go straight over there to the pond water to get a drink. And the deer, they usually just hang out in here. We probably ran some off when we come down on the cart, but I attempted to do a well myself. It's back here. And I don't know, it's not, I really thought it would be easier than what it was, than everything that I did, but I don't know. I'm 15 to 16 feet down, I'm in water, and I put a pump in it, and it'll pump out water, but it pumps it out quick, so I've got to go a lot further. I did pick the lowest part of my property that was kind of holding water, it seemed. We've got a natural spring down the road from my house. It's called Crystal Springs, and it fills this crystal clear lake up. And if you look at what is it called, a topo map of my area, that spring runs right through the back of my property somewhere. So I was kind of hoping where I picked to kind of drill that down last year that I would actually just hit the spring and then not have to use a pump or anything. You know, if maybe use a pump, but be in a spring so I could just naturally fill this up. But I don't think that's the case. I dug and dug and dug and got down 16 feet, and I just can't pump enough water. It'll pump out water for about 10 minutes, and then it'll start running hot and running dry. So it takes so long for that water to refill at the bottom. But if you got any tips or ideas that you can share with me on this pond endeavor, let me know. I know that it should have been packed. I know, like, I watch YouTube too, guys. I watched all the videos on the do's and don'ts. We did the big don't where we didn't pack it with clay. We didn't put in a clay bottom. I mean, there's clay here, but it's also a sand mixture. We didn't do any packing. We just come out here and dug a big hole, directed all of our water to the hole, and it's gonna take a while, but this will be a pond. It's just gonna have to kind of sit on the back burner for a little while, I guess, so we could get the farm part of the land established. But we got a good slope here. It's so hard to tell. If you look right here, so my house is up here, and right here is a little drop that I built. This was a mountain bike trail that I had, and it's a good incline. There's a lot of elevation right there. So all the water comes down, and this pond is sitting almost at the base of my property. So maybe one day, hopefully it's not gonna take another year to get this thing full and get it to where it doesn't look like chocolate milk out there all the time, because I will say, ever since we've filled it up, it's basically looked like that, because it's just, the sand is not packed, and it's just constantly churning when we get a lot of rain. But it's coming along, slowly but surely. We're gonna turn this place into a cool hangout and a cool place to have farm animals and all kind of cool stuff. So I hope that answered y'all's questions. Those of you who have been messaging me and commenting on pond update, all caps, exclamation point, there's the pond update. If you want to know more about it, I guess hit me up in the comment section. I'll let you know. If you got any, questions about it, or if you've got something you think I should do, if you can help, if you're a well digger and you're close, or you know somebody that digs wells, please let me know. I would love to. I would definitely sponsor a company if they wanted to come out here, and we'll do a full video series on digging a well out here in the backyard and putting a pump in to fill this pond. I think it's doable. There's a ton of water out here up under the ground. We just got to get to it and just get it up here in the pond so we can actually start working on the cool stuff like the dock and the bridges and the banks and stuff like that. So anyway, I guess that's gonna do it. Sorry, this is more of a vlog style video this week. Waiting on a lot of stuff to come in for the next kayak series build. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming for the Tacoma build. Cool new camping setup. I can't wait to show you all that. I really don't want to spoil it, but I've got a cool cool setup that we're going to add to it to do more camping and hopefully go up to Colorado this winter. And yeah, so I guess that's going to do it for this week's video, guys. I appreciate you watching. Those of you that did click on it when it said pond update and it didn't have anything to do with kayaks, although we could put a kayak in here. I don't see why we couldn't just come down here and put a kayak in once we get water, so it's kind of kayak-ish. But anyway, guys, I'll catch you next Thursday at 2 o'clock. Peace.